Now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
With headlines dominated by stories of police misconduct, one question lingers in the minds of many. Is the police force plagued by criminals within its own ranks? Recent incidents have cast a shadow over the integrity of law enforcement, revealing the alarming reality that some officers themselves engage in criminal behavior. From cases of corruption and abuse of power to acts of violence and misconduct, the very institution meant to protect and serve has come under scrutiny. As public trust wavers, it is essential to delve into the complexities that contribute to this unsettling phenomenon. Are these instances a reflection of a few bad apples, or indicative of a systemic issue within the police force? Exploring this deeply troubling topic is a critical step toward ensuring accountability, restoring faith in law enforcement, and fostering a safer society for all. The case of Stephanie Lazarus, a former detective,
Now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
has captured public attention due to the stunning revelation that she was the prime suspect in a murder committed 23 years prior. After being interrogated and faced with compelling DNA evidence, Lazarus was found guilty and subsequently sentenced to 27 years in prison. This case serves as a striking example of justice prevailing even after a significant passage of time. Stephanie Lazarus's story unfolded as a result of advances in forensic technology. The murder investigation had gone cold for over 2 decades, but a fresh look at the case led to the reevaluation of evidence, including DNA samples. The analysis revealed a match to Lazarus, shedding light on her involvement in the crime.
I'm looking at the notes and people are they're pointing the finger at you.
Well,
And
I mean, that's not ringing a bell to me, so, I don't know, it's, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that just sounds crazy to me.
The fact that Lazarus was a detective herself adds a layer of complexity to the case. Her position of authority and responsibility within law enforcement raises questions about the potential abuse of power and the implications it has for the justice system as a whole. The revelation of her guilt not only shattered the trust that society places in its law enforcement officers, but also cast a shadow over the integrity of investigations she was involved in during her career. The successful prosecution of Stephanie Lazarus demonstrates the importance of perseverance in seeking the truth, even when faced with significant challenges. It also highlights the crucial role that advancements in forensic science and technology play in the pursuit of justice. DNA evidence has the power to uncover long-concealed secrets and provide closure to victims and their families. The Lazarus case underscores the necessity of accountability and transparency within law enforcement agencies. It serves as a reminder of the constant need for checks and balances to prevent abuses of power. Comprehensive background checks, ongoing evaluations, and ethical guidelines can help mitigate the risk of individuals with ulterior motives infiltrating law enforcement ranks. The sentencing of Stephanie Lazarus to 27 years in prison serves as a potent message that no one is above the law, regardless of their position or the passage of time. It reinforces the principle that justice must be blind and impartial, holding individuals accountable for their actions, irrespective of their past achievements or professional standing. The case of Jalen Fleer, a police officer accused of engaging in inappropriate behavior with a minor, has shocked everyone.
Can I ask, is this something I should have lawyers on?
And underscored the significance of maintaining trust and integrity within law enforcement. Following a thorough investigation, Fleer was charged with 20 felonies, eventually leading to his conviction and a 12-year prison sentence. Allegations of inappropriate behavior involving minors are particularly grave, as they strike at the heart of society's duty to protect its most vulnerable members. When such accusations involve a person in a position of authority, such as a police officer, the breach of trust and abuse of power becomes even more egregious. Any misconduct by an officer not only erodes public trust but also undermines the credibility and effectiveness of the entire justice system. The thorough investigation that led to Fleer's conviction demonstrates the importance of a diligent and impartial examination of evidence. By holding officers accountable for their actions, even when it implicates their own colleagues, law enforcement agencies can demonstrate their commitment to maintaining the highest standards of integrity. The sentencing of Jalen Fleer to 12 years in prison sends a strong message that such behavior will not be tolerated, and those who abuse their authority will face severe consequences. This case also highlights the importance of ongoing training and education within law enforcement agencies to prevent misconduct and ensure officers understand the gravity of their responsibilities. Daniel Holtzclaw, a former police officer accused of multiple crimes, including sexual assault, has been met with shock and outrage.
So we have no misunderstanding because, and maybe I didn't key in on some things. I want you turn in your activity card, walk me through it all again.
Following an unlawful traffic stop and subsequent investigation, Holtzclaw was found guilty on 18 charges and received an astonishing sentence of 263 years in prison without parole. This distressing case exposes the abuse of power and the devastating impact it can have on victims and the public's trust in law enforcement. Holtzclaw's actions represent a gross violation of the very principles he was sworn to uphold. Sexual assault and the abuse of authority are among the most heinous crimes, causing immense harm to victims and eroding the faith society places in law enforcement. The investigation and subsequent legal proceedings demonstrate the importance of thorough and impartial examination of evidence. The sentencing of Daniel Holtzclaw to 263 years in prison without parole serves as a clear message that such offenses will be met with severe consequences. It also sends a powerful message to the survivors of sexual assault that their voices will be heard and justice can be served. Tyler Moody, a former police officer, has recently confessed to a serious breach of protocol by providing contraband to a prisoner.
Have you offered your resignation or not?
I can keep my job and not.
Well, you can't keep your job, okay?
The contraband in question was a cell phone, an item strictly prohibited within the confines of correctional facilities. As a result of his actions, Moody has been arrested and subsequently sentenced to 1 year in prison, marking a significant downfall for a person once trusted with upholding the law. Moody's confession has raised concerns about the integrity and accountability of law enforcement officers. It highlights the potential vulnerabilities that can exist within institutions designed to maintain order and protect society. Providing a cell phone to a prisoner is a serious offense with far-reaching consequences. The introduction of contraband undermines these measures and poses a significant risk to the orderly functioning of the facility. The reasons behind Moody's actions remain unclear, but speculation suggests potential collusion, personal gain, or even misguided sympathy for the prisoner. This case should serve as a wake-up call to the authorities and prompt a thorough evaluation of the recruitment, training, and oversight procedures within law enforcement agencies. This incident emphasizes the significance of ongoing education and training for law enforcement personnel. It is essential to continuously reinforce the ethical standards and responsibilities expected of those entrusted with upholding the law. Tyler Moody's admissions of providing a cell phone to a prisoner has brought to light the potential vulnerabilities within the justice system. This unfortunate incident reminds us of the importance of trust and accountability in law enforcement. It serves as a reminder to continually reassess and reinforce the principles that underpin our justice system to ensure the highest standards of professionalism and integrity are upheld.